What's up, everyone? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch. I'm going to do a review and comparison of the Transformers Age of Extinction Leader Class Grimlock. There's a lot of mixed reviews on this guy. A lot of people can't stand the chrome, thinks it looks like a KO. Some people think it's just way overdone. Others are complaining about the fact that it's a leader class size and it's not exactly leader class size. Right off the bat, here it is in dinosaur mode. Okay, it doesn't look like your G1 Grimlock, but this is what he looks like in a movie. Alright, it does not come this way in the box. It comes in robot form, but because the instructions are backwards and shows you Dino mode into robot mode, I figured might help some of you guys out to see it in Dino mode first and then into robot mode. Plus, I'd rather end the review in robot mode. So again, here's Dino mode. We'll look at it on the bottom. Very skeletal looking. A lot of ribbing going on. Not too much robot bits visible at first glance on the bottom, so that's a good thing. It just looks like a dinosaur with his skin ripped off, and continues on along with the spine here. A lot of bony looking parts, and then the big gigantic chrome pieces which carry over into the head. Even the lower jaw is chromed, except it's got a nice black gunmetal over paint here on some of the chrome bits. I don't have any chrome chipping on mine. Some people are complaining with chrome chipping. I have transformed it a few times, and there are parts where the chrome bits do tab into other parts, and still I'm not having any paint chipping issues. I do kind of like the little blue that they use for the eyes. I think that's a nice color blue. You'll see on the box that's behind it, that's the box it comes in. It's just a plain, regular Age of Extinction type Transformers box. Let me move this out of the way here. With Grimlock, and you'll see on the box itself, it does have red eyes, but the toy has light blue eyes. Articulation in Dino mode. Here we go. So we got the jaw, which opens up, and it's got a bunch of teeth, which are soft PVC plastic, so you're not going to cut yourself, or any little kid's going to cut himself. The neck moves this way. It's really supposed to stay this way, but it does have a little bit of movement up that way. You get the little T-Rex hands going on right here. They actually look a little bit too small, but I guess that's the way a T-Rex is supposed to be. They don't come out. They're actually on a little swivel here, and you also get the little swivel on the elbow. And I believe, yeah, these do pop out if you stress them hard enough, but they will pop back in. No waste, obviously. This is a dinosaur. And got the legs here, which have beautiful ratchets. You know, listen to that. They actually do sound really good. The ratchets do carry into the knees here very well, and I'll show you just exactly how far the legs go. They do spin all the way around the top, but why would you do that? They do go forward a good amount, and you'll see the knees. Some people have complained that the legs don't go forward as much. You just have to really make sure you tuck these feet in. The instructions kind of show it just sticking out like that, which would get in the way, but if you tuck them underneath, not only does it cover up this hole, but it does allow extra articulation. And then you got the feet here, which don't move side to side. And then the tail. There's no articulation in the tail, although I do like to unsnap the back here a little bit, just have this come in and out, sort of like a stabbing motion, but yeah, it's not really supposed to do that, but it's there. So that's articulation for you guys. And I do like the variations of the different gold colors. At first it kind of bothered me, but now kind of digging them. You got the dark bronze, brownish, orangey plastics going on here in the shoulders. Then you got actual painted parts, which are Grimlock's actual shoulders here. So that's it for articulation. I did want to point out the different colors of gold we have going on here. At first, it did bother me a little bit, just a lot of different colors going on, but they do work. I think if you really take time to really appreciate what's going on here. You have the brownish, orangey plastics going on here in the little T-Rex hands, also in the legs here, which would form his shoulders. Then you have painted parts here, which don't really match. I don't know if they're supposed to match, but it is kind of cool the way there is a little bit of a difference there. And then this gold here is completely different than all the other golds here. And right here you'll see like a dark, almost like a dark bronze kind of paint going on there, which I really do like. And that's pretty much it for the gold. Everything else is either gray or black. What I do want to do now, guys, is show you a comparison between the leader class and the Voyager class here. All right. The first thing that's immediately noticeable is that the heads are almost the same exact size. Let's get these little fangs up here a little bit. Yeah, so this is a much smaller figure, and the head is just humongous when compared to the leader class, which is, yeah, pretty much the same size head. Grimlock is from the Evolution pack, which includes 2 Grimlocks. This guy right here and this one. I didn't pick up the regular Voyager. I didn't really want to, but if it comes with the pack, whatever, it's here. I can compare it. And so the coloring might be a little different if you have the regular Voyager, but at least you guys can see the size difference. All right, so give you a moment there to let that sink in a bit. And I don't know, for me, I really do dig the leader class one. A lot of people have been saying if you're going to choose one, grab this. I guess for the price, yeah, but I mean, you got to admit this one does look a little bit crazier. I don't know how screen accurate it is. I'm really trying to stay away from trailers and just be surprised while I watch the movie. But yeah, so that way you can see both. All right, so we're going to move on along to transformation. Transformation on this guy is touted to be 18 steps, although it feels like a lot more, but it's really simple. Here's another complaint people have is the fact that it's a part former. This does come off, although it is used as his weapons, but some people would prefer a more perfect transformation. I myself don't mind that this is a weapon. It could work like that if Transformers are real. First thing we want to do is open the chest cavity here. Just untab it like so, and then separate this chrome bit here to bring the legs down. Grab this whole neck piece with the head, bring it up, and just fold the feet down here. I know there's a little certain movement you got to do there, but that's a little more obvious when you form the legs. Then you just got to tuck the arms in. You'll see the part of the arm fell off, and that's what I was talking about, and I kind of lost it right now. I don't really give a crap where it is. This is upsetting trying to look for something that small. Then after you pull these little fangs out here, just close the legs in on themselves, and at this point this is where the foot has to fit into this part here. Here's a different angle for you guys to see. It's this piece goes right in there, it just locks in, and that way it holds the whole lower leg together. Then you do the same with the other side, and I want to show you guys something in case you run into this problem. After you lock in the leg here, if you have a floppy knee, that's because these pieces here have to go into the actual knee. So you're going to have to open that right back up, open it just a tad, get those pieces to lock in, and then lock the bottom. Then push the chest down, lock it into place, then unsnap the shoulders here, bring them back, snap them in that new spot here. It's a little difficult on this side for some reason. This side snaps in rather easily. And just adjust the arms. Pretty straightforward how that goes. Alright, fold these claws back. Bring his fist forward. You notice the feet look kind of normal, but he does have like genie type feet here, like he's going to fly a magic carpet. Just like that, in case you guys want to have it like that. Kind of like it without, but let's just do the transformation properly for the review. And the last bit is really the splitting of the head here. I want to do it carefully since these are the chrome bits. Alright, that separates that way. Comes down behind him. You don't just leave them like this. You got to rotate this piece up and around, and then it'll tab in to the hole there. You want to do the same with this side, and also tab it in. Alright, so we're almost there. We just got to take his tail apart. This becomes his shield. Bring this around with this out like that. Alright, and then that's going to attach to his forearm, like so. And then we got this weapon that comes around and it tabs into these two holes, similar to how the tail forms on the opposite end, but you just slide this out, bring this up, tab it right into the holes there. Alright, and then you can go ahead and hold it this way. So here's Grimlock all decked out with his weapons. I think it looks pretty awesome, which is the reason I picked it up. I always say I don't like movie toys, but this does look pretty crazy. There's a lot of design elements I like and some I don't. This is typically not up my alley, but for some reason this just caught my attention and I really do like it. A valid concern of some people is the articulation in the arms, which right off the bat it may not you know, catch your attention right away, but it's really, because I mean, he's got nice ratchets. You figure, oh, this is excellent, but then it's just the arms coming out. They really don't unless you unhinge just like this, and at that point I guess it's okay, but it just snaps right back in here. There's really no movement here unless you unsnap it. Then you have this range up here, so it's somewhat limiting. I can understand people's concern over that, but it's not the end of the world with this guy. So the articulation isn't too bad overall. I mean, you still got the ratcheting shoulders, the elbows, you got the hand here, again, no waist. You got the knees, then you got the ankles down here, which are limited with the angle movement. They're not even limited, just don't have any. All right, so I thought that was a little bit of a letdown there, but they do swivel side to side. I guess that's something. And this movement here, ratchet forward, ratchet out, and I just realized I forgot to put these pieces up to make the transformation correct. But that's Grimlock, guys. And oh, can't forget to do the comparison between this and the Voyager, so give me 1 second. And here he is with the Voyager. I think the Voyager, having less of that chrome stuff going on right here, makes it look a tad better. But I think, you know, as far as a toy, I kind of like the Leader class a lot more. Would have been cool if the Leader class kept some of the chrome, but hid it a little bit, you know what I mean? This one, I find the articulation a little bit limiting in the legs as far as spinning this, but it's not too bad as long as you move stuff out of the way. The ankle movement here, there's none. There's really no foot movement. You can kind of spread the legs and have the feet lay flat if you fold this here like that. If you don't mind this looking all curved, that's part of the transformation, but I can at least get the feet planted firmly on the ground in an A stance. There's no wrist movement here, which is a little bit disappointing, but you do get the bicep swivel and you get the shoulders. Unfortunately, no ratcheting, unless you want to consider the knees ratcheted, which they technically are. They're just really soft movements. Don't quite have the same feel as actual loud ratchets. And then there's stuff going on back here. Hollow legs in the back. So each one has their advantages and disadvantages. If you can't decide, I would suggest just getting both, really. I don't mind having both of these. They're actually pretty cool. But my favorite, I will say, is that one. But for the price, this is probably a better deal, since this is about 25 bucks, whatever the Voyagers are running, about 25 bucks. This guy's almost 50, between 45 and 50. So it's really basically twice as much as this little guy. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Until next time, bye bye.